15-year-old Greystones native Ishitha has been breaking barriers, recently making her first solo flight in the Arlington Municipal Airport in Washington. And now she's setting her sights on becoming an astronaut. And she joins me now. How are you?
Hi, Max. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So I'm wondering, when and how did this journey start?
So, for me, this journey started when I moved here from Ireland, and I feel like in Ireland, space wasn't really a thing that was talked about. But when I came here, everybody was talking about space, and that was kind of surprising. And so I started getting really interested in space and space exploration specifically. And so I started researching a little bit more into that, and I started realizing like how fascinating space was and all the things that you could do, like exploring the possibility of human life. And I found out about this girl called Alyssa Carson, who was only 19, and she had done all of these NASA programs and was set to become an astronaut. And that inspired me so much because I was like, that's what I want to do with my life. I want to go to space. I want to be an astronaut. And so I started researching more into that and found out um, about these different programs that I could do. And in our school, we had this talk from someone from Blue Origin, and she was talking about how when she was younger, she was interested in space, and now she works at Blue Origin, and all these things were just like a sequence of things that made me so inspired. And so by then, I knew I wanted to become an astronaut, and so I started researching, well, how do I become an astronaut? And I think one of the main things that really intrigued me was flying. Flying was something that was really important to becoming an astronaut. And so I was like, yeah, of course I want to do that. But I was a little bit confused because would I be able to do it at such a young age? And so I started researching some programs, and we found this amazing program called EAA, which is the Experimental Aircraft Association. And they had this program dedicated to youth flights, and it's called the Young Eagles program, which is truly amazing because they gave you a free flight where you got to experience what it was like to be a pilot. And after that flight, my first flight for that was in December of 2020. I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to become a pilot too. And so our local chapter helps so much in guiding me in how that works. And I found out that I could solo a glider at 14. And that was crazy to me because that's such a young age. And that was truly amazing. And so I started becoming interested in that. And I started taking glider lessons and flying, and it was truly amazing. And so on February 6th, I had my first solo flight, which was amazing.
Oh my God. When I was 14, I was just sitting in my bedroom playing the PlayStation. That's absolutely incredible. So were you nervous about flying for your first time solo?
I was nervous. I mean, I'd always had my instructor in the back guiding me, and so that day I knew I was going to be okay because I had the skills, but still there's like that sense of butterflies and nervousness. But when I went up there, I realized it was okay that I could do it, and my nervousness kind of just vanished, and I had so much fun on that flight. It was really cool.
And then what does the future have in store for you basically?
So, continuing with aviation, I just soloed a glider, and so the youngest age you can get your license is by 16. So, I'm working towards getting my license this December on my 16th birthday. And then from there on, I want to continue with power flights, which are like your regular small aircraft with engines, and get my license by next year when I turn 17, because that's the youngest age for your power plane license. And then switching back into space, I definitely want to get my bachelor's, master's, and PhD in some kind of space thing. Right now, I'm thinking about astrobiology, but I'm going to discover more things along the way. So maybe I'll change my shift to chemistry in space or physics in space, but definitely revolving around space. And so for colleges, I'm hoping to go to MIT or Stanford. And then as yeah, after college, I want to work at NASA and probably even intern at Blue Origin, get to know like what it feels like to work there. And then my ultimate goal is to become an astronaut and be able to travel to Mars one day because the possibility of that is just so inspiring. And yeah, that's kind of my plan.
And then what do your parents make of all of this, that they gave birth to like somebody who's going to go to Mars one day?
I mean, at the start, they were kind of shocked because space wasn't something that we talked about a lot. And I was like, I want to become an astronaut. And they were so supportive and they've helped me so much in guiding me and just helping me because sometimes it's hard. And their support is so helpful. And yeah, at the start, they were shocked, but now they are so encouraging and they help me so much in this path.
And so, what would you say to people younger than yourselves? Maybe there's somebody listening who's also starting out in Greystones that might also want to follow in your footsteps.
I would say first, never give up because there's going to be a lot of obstacles, but overcoming them is the most important thing to achieve your goal. And another thing is to look at um, just to look up different opportunities. Like I had no idea this Young Eagles program existed until I started just doing a quick search on Google. So see what's available in your area and talk to people in the industry. If you know a pilot or you know someone who works at a space company, they'll be more than happy to guide you and help you. And so, yeah, those are, I'd say, my two most important pieces of advice.
And then finally, how can people kind of follow along with your journey?
So I have an Instagram and it's aspiring astronaut 19 and I'm posting everything that's going on with my aviation and space life. And I've also recently created a YouTube. I haven't posted anything yet, but I'm going to post my first solo flight on that. And so those are two ways to keep up to date so far.
Incredible. Well, yeah, I'm sure people listening along at home will be more than happy to check out what's going on and follow your career, I guess. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. This was really great.
Thank you. And yeah, um, can't wait to see you on Mars.
Mars and beyond.